Why would I be a traditional man for the modern woman? Do that make sense to you, fam? Why would I be a traditional man for a modern woman? Do that even make sense, fam? Even to think about it like this, I said modern woman. Do you understand? We don't deal with modern women today. Do you know that we are looking at postmodern women, my friend? See what I'm saying? These are women who are talking about how men used to treat modern women. These are postmodern women, my dude. This is not even the same thing. And so what is the postmodern woman? The postmodern woman is the woman with an iPhone who post up on the gram, you see me, who use social media and post on the gram. So to think about it from this perspective, why would I spend all of my time and energy trying to court a woman who could post one picture on her story and get niggas flooding her shit? This made sense, right? It made sense to sit down and court all of these women when this was the only woman in the area that you knew, right? This is, you feel me, you live in your little city and you feel me, you know that it's not a crazy little thing that, you know what I'm saying? But to think about it from this perspective, fam, the value proposition is not there no more, fam. We're looking at postmodern women. So why would I be a traditional man for the postmodern woman? Are you an idiot, fam? I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? What's the value proposition and to think about it, right? When you were a traditional man for the traditional woman, right? You would spend a lot of energy to court this woman. You would spend a lot of energy to court this woman and make her feel loved, like you love her, like, you know what I'm saying? You really want to spend time with her, you know what I'm saying? You had to spend a lot of time and a lot of energy to court a woman, right? Today, fam, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you spend all that time, energy, effort, when all it takes is for her to post one pic? Gang, she got niggas blowing up her. You see what I'm saying, fam? All that effort out the window. She put one pic up, don't forget about you. Why would you spend all of your time, all of your energy, all of your effort for that, fam? For something, all it takes is one picture, all that energy gone. Jay, you spent all that energy, all it takes is one picture, that joint gone. One little, what's it called, bro? All it takes is one little, not gonna lie link. All it takes is one little, ask me something you always wanted to ask me. And all that energy you spent is done, fam. All that energy you spent is done, fam. It's not the same situation. And you gotta think about it like this. This made sense, fam, when the women you're recording were virgins, fam. Think about it like this, fam. This is like the post-World War, this is like 1940s, fam. And obviously, women aren't as sexually liberated as they are today, fam. And so to think about it, like, okay, you're going to court this woman, right? She a virgin? Maybe not. More than likely, most of the majority were. And so to think about it from this perspective, fam. At this point in the day, the postmodern woman, the most sexually liberated woman in this point in history, the most sexually liberated woman, the most woman with the equal rights, equal freedom of choice, fam, the most, damn. I can't even fathom what you're talking about, being a traditional man for the postmodern woman. Are you an idiot, fam? Well, to think about it like this, you're going to be a traditional man for a postmodern woman. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? And that's what I'm saying. To think about it, it's like, fam, this made a lot of sense when the average woman was like a virgin and like, for me, she don't go out too much, or she's a more modest woman. But to understand that, fam, today the postmodern woman is a very sexually liberated woman, is a woman who at any given point through Instagram and social media has, fam, got orbiters, got niggas who just wanna be part of whatever she got going on, just cause she look good, cause she know how to take good pictures, she know how to take a good selfie. This niggas is down her throat. This is the woman you're going to court, this is the woman you're going to court, fam? You're going to spend all your time, energy, courting this woman. All it takes for is one selfie for her. She got 10, you feel me? Come on, gang. You can't be serious. Understand, it's very easy to be a postmodern woman and to tell men, yeah, this is how you should treat me. You should do this, when you should treat me how they used to treat women 50 years ago. Fam, 50 years ago, they could not post no, not gonna lie, tell me something you always wanted to tell me. 50 years ago, they had none of that, fam. They was walking around in the field. That's why this made sense, fam. You had to do all of this in person, but now with the digital, fam, it makes absolutely 0 sense to court a woman. 0 cents, fam. It makes 0 sense. to spend all of your time, energy, effort getting to know this woman when all it takes is one selfie, fam. She go like, that's it, fam. That's it. One selfie, one picture, fam. Got 2,000 followers. Feel me? Let's take a woman with 2,000 followers. Fam, post a picture, good looking selfie. That's 30. That's a 30 ball right there. We're not even talking about likes on the story. We're talking about direct messages. Yo, what up? See what I'm saying? It's that accessibility which has shifted the landscape. And to understand that the postmodern woman at this point has more options than those women did, right? At this point, the postmodern woman got like 10, 15 dudes that's, you feel me, no matter what they do, they own their body. No matter what, they own their body. And to think about it, fam, this is the woman that I'm supposed to put all my time, energy, and according with 8 different backups, you feel me? I got better shit to do with my time, fam, to be, you see what I'm saying? Fam, even the value proposition isn't the, fam, why the hell would I be a traditional man for the modern woman? Do that shit make sense to you? It damn sure don't make sense to me, fam. And I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like it do. But think about it like this. Do you even realize I said to be a traditional man for the modern woman? Do you understand? We not even dealing with modern women in 2025. These are postmodern women. Do you understand what I'm saying? But you may not know the depths of postmodernism. So what is a postmodern woman? It is the woman who gets her hair done, get on the gram, post a little story up, boom, right then and there. 30 likes, instantly, 30 story likes. We're not even talking about niggas. This is the postmodern woman. So understanding that the postmodern woman with access to men, not only in her area, not only digitally, through social media, men who just gonna find her through whatever, but also across the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? Fam, versus the modern woman, being a traditional man for traditional modern woman, this was not the case. She had access to the men in her immediate vicinity, fam, prior to the internet. And to understand, at that point, it made sense to court a woman. You understand why? Because this was a more moderate society. Obviously today we're looking at postmodern women in 2025. This is the most sexually liberated woman on the planet. This is the reality of it. This is the most sexually liberated woman, most woman with equal rights that has ever existed. And to understand this is to understand that's the reality they find themselves in today, yet they still want a traditional man. Like, what are you talking, like, and to understand it from this perspective that the modern woman or a traditional woman from that point of view was a virgin, right? In modern world, it made sense, fam. It made sense. These were women who these were not women who could post a not gonna lie link on their story and get millions of niggas anonymously, yeah, I'm trying to crack that. This is not the same woman, fam. But this is the woman we find ourselves with today. And this is the woman who wants the traditional things that they've been sold that a man is supposed to do. And guess what, fam? Not buying that shit. I'm not buying that shit. Could care less what they want. I'm not doing it. And to understand this, and to understand that courting women was a common practice in the revolutionary and modern time period, right? During the time period of the Revolutionary War and the modern world that followed right after that, fam, this made sense to court a woman, fam. This was a more, right, there were more restrictions on what women could and could not do. This was a more restrictive world from the woman's point of view. And to understand that, fam, yes, it made sense to court a woman, fam, because you're basically picking this woman you're basically showing this woman why she should devote her life to you, fam. It made sense to that regard, right? To where, and this was a society where women didn't have nearly as much rights as they do now. To understand that, yes, fam, you have to put a lot of effort to get her to, okay, I'll go live with you or whatever, right? It made sense. Today, no, bro. And to understand that now, the difference is today, women are able to make split choice decisions, right? Not even look at you, right? Not like split choice decisions on whatever standard they come up with, right? So now it's I only date men who are 6 feet, or I only date men who are black with tattoos and dreads. Now, women, what I'm telling you is that in the postmodern context, the woman has the power to choose, right? The woman tells you, okay, I only date men that make six figures, that have dreads, that have tattoos, and I don't know what to tell you. You don't meet any of that. Okay, this is it. I'm going to be honest with you. In the postmodern context, the woman has the power. But to understand, in the situation where the woman has a power to still request traditional values from a man, this is the height of stupidity, my friend. The height of stupidity. You're living in a world with unprecedented freedoms, yet you have to view these things, courting, men, chivalry, as a relic of the past, man. As a relic of the past. These are from a past where women didn't have quite nearly as many freedoms that you have. You cannot expect the same treatment. You cannot. This is the height of stupidity, fam. Because let me flip it on you, right? Let me flip it on you and tell you that, you know what? I want a modern woman. I want a woman who I can cheat on, I can go have another family with, and, you know, I want her to be in the crib all day. All she do is cook and clean the crib. And if I come home and it's a pot out of place, I'm gonna slap the shit out of her. How does that sound to you? You sound like, oh, hell no, I'm not going for that. So how do you think you see what I'm saying? So how do you think it sounds when you telling me, oh yeah, I want a traditional man, I want a man to do this, I want a man to do that. Fam, you are a postmodern woman. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Fuck up. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're a postmodern woman. You need to understand this. You have new luxuries that previous generations of women couldn't even fathom. Yet you want the same treatment they received. It's not going to happen. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to feed into your delusion. I'm going to tell you that this is not going to happen, fam. You are a postmodern woman with luxuries previous generations of women couldn't even imagine. All it takes is one Instagram story. You got your phone blowing. You low on niggas. You ain't getting no motion. All it takes is one good flick. Now you back in the game. Do you understand? That even the whole entire power dynamic has flipped between men and women to where now women ultimately hold the highest choice, to where this is what it looks like. And to think about it like from Instagram to Tinder, right? It's like the woman you're talking to, and to think about it like this, the incentive isn't there to court women anymore. It's because you need to understand at this point, the postmodern woman is drowning in attention. Attention is like a vacuum, fam. It's always there. It's always there, fam. The postmodern woman is drowning in attention. And to understand, right, and to understand that the women we're talking about who are being courted, who are being, you know what I'm saying, we're not drowning in attention, fam. We're not able to post one flick on the gram, one little, they turn to the side and get niggas down this shit. They were not. But you are. This is the reality you find yourself in, and you need to understand that, fam, shit is never going back to where it was because you love it. Because you love being able to get on the gram and post a flick and have niggas down your throat. You love looking at them hard eyes come through when you post a good flick, when you get your hair done, when you ride in the car on the way home from your hair appointment. You love this. And you need to understand that because you love this and your species today in 2025 generally enjoy the attention that you receive from men, not attention you receive from men, but understand you enjoy this process because obviously you aren't upset about it. You enjoy this. That this is the reason why there's no incentive to court a woman, fam. Why would you court a woman who got 10 niggas in her phone as we speak? You're sitting on a date with this woman. This nigga's blowing her phone up. Listen, even you take this woman out on a date. She posts a picture. It's niggas that want her swiping up on her story. This is what I'm saying. That the postmodern woman has found herself in a position where she has the ultimate choice. She gets to choose. I'm only talking to NBA players. I'm only talking to D1 athletes. I'm only talking to this person who makes six figures. I'm only talking to people with dreads. She has the right of choice. And so to say that this is what it looks like, in the postmodernism, fam, and to understand, why aren't men being chivalrous, fam? What is the incentive? Why would I spend all of my time, energy, resources doing all of this for you when I take you out to eat Thursday, nigga slid off on your story? Now you're going out to eat with bro on Saturday. You see what I'm saying? Why would I do that? There's no incentive for this. And to understand that this is the reality you find yourself in, should you be a postmodern woman searching for a traditional man, it's not going to happen, fam. I mean, yeah, of course there's going to be some idiots out there who, feel me, they mom told them whatever, you feel me, how to do it, like whatever, but it's like, fam, that don't mean nothing. Fam, this is the reality we find ourselves in, all right? The reality we find ourselves in, that, fam, why would I be a traditional man to the modern woman why would I be a traditional man for the postmodern woman when the postmodern woman, all she gotta do is post one flick, got niggas down her body. Niggas down her body bad, fam, bad. Any woman you talk to today, ask them. They're not gonna tell you, fam, they're all going to lie to you, but to understand, they received this, fam. Requests, DMs, flooded, one picture. And to understand, fam, why would I spend all of my time trying to chase you when this nigga's chasing you right now? What you want me to jump in line behind those niggas that are chasing you? I got better shit to do in my time. And the thing about it like this, it made sense to chase this woman because you know what? This is an interesting girl. I like her, you know what I'm saying? I want to get to know her more. Obviously, maybe she don't like me a little bit right now. I gotta keep applying pressure, see what we gonna do. But to think about it like this made sense when the average woman was a virgin, fam. It made sense to do this. You know she ain't never been with nobody. Do you understand? Like, if you go on a date, fam, you might dance around it. But what you eventually gonna get to is the question of what is your body count? That's what you're going to ask. You're not even going to ask, are you a virgin? Because you know that you're talking to a postmodern woman in 2025 who has had the freedom to choose what to do with her body since she was 16 years old, sophomore in high school, had the freedom to choose. You're already knowing, fam, that this is not you know what I'm saying, that no woman you meet today is a virgin. You know this. So you don't even ask. You go straight to the question of what is your body count. This is a very telling question. Never in my life have I asked a woman, is she a virgin? Because I already know. I already know this is not the case. And to think about it from this perspective, fam, this is the reality that you find yourself in. And to think about it, it made sense when women were virgins. Because, okay, fam, this is it. You feel me? You're the one, you feel me? You guys share this together, right? It made sense. But now, when the average woman who is not a virgin, right? So think about what you get in return. You have to court a woman who is actively being pursued by other men. This is one. And what you get in return is not a virgin, right? I mean, you get somebody who's already sexually imprinted to some degree, right? Somebody sexually, you do not get a virgin, you do not get a clean slate. You get somebody with traumas and all of this stuff from other types of men that was doing her bad or whatever. However this goes, fam. Obviously, fam, this is what you receive in return. You see what I'm saying? So you're spending your time, money, energy, and resources to court a non-virgin who's going to bring traumas. It's going to have all types of, this person did this to me, this person did that to me, that's why I do that, or no, I can't trust you because I was hurt in the past. All of this, fam, I got better shit to do with my time than be running around and chasing non-virgins with all types of traumas from shit other niggas did to her because she's had the choice to choose, and based off who she's chosen, things haven't gone right. Because, fam, do you understand what I'm saying? It makes zero sense to me. Zero. To court is just to understand that, fam, courting a modern woman, courting the postmodern woman makes zero sense, fam. A woman who, from the age of 16, has been able to choose what to do with her body. A woman who is so ingrained with Instagram. It's an extension of herself, right? That the likes, the comments, the hard eyes, all of these things are playing into her psyche. Into now, okay, yes, I like you, I want to go out with you. Fam, to sit across the table from you. You post a picture of you getting ready for the date. I'm sitting on the date with you. You came to see me. It's niggas blowing up your phone. Not even from the point of jealousy. Not even from something as petty as that I'm jealous that other niggas are talking to. But I'm pointing out the key difference, that why would I go through all of this hurdle when at the end of the day, fam, you're not starving for no attention, like, see what I'm saying? It's like, fam, at the end of the day, would I spend all of this time all of this time, energy, money, why would I spend all of this to understand that should you want to do this again, all you need to do is post one picture. I'm spending time, energy, you feel me? Oh, she said she like to go here. Let me try and figure out a date we can do that's gonna be somewhere around. Whatever, you feel me? Men be doing whatever they get the, all types of things men do to get women, right? And to understand that should she want to do that again, all she has to do is put one picture up, fam. This is extremely low return on investment for me. I mean, it just makes it's not the same. It's not the same value proposition that a traditional man would have gotten seeing this one woman in the city he was in, spending a lot of time to convince her to like him. When, fam, right now as we speak, there's, fam, come on, fam, any girl you talk to right now, fam, you're not the first, you're not the last. That's going, damn, you look good. You're not the first, you're not the last. So what position did I put you in? And to think about it like this, to court the modern woman, she already being courted, fam. She's already being courted as we speak, fam. As we speak, there's 15 niggas who will do whatever she say. 15 of them boys. And so to court her is to jump in line behind them boys. Them boys got it. Them boys got it. I'm rooting for them boys. I wish them boys my best of luck because I'm not doing it, fam. It makes zero sense to understand. When you understand that, fam, the modern world, like, fam, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Is that the postmodern woman's ability to choose has drastically hindered her treatment. If you think about it from that degree, her ability to choose that, oh yeah, I only choose these niggas. But bro, you 5'8", why are you even talking to me? Okay, that, to be able to choose like that, coupled with the ability to, I look good today, put a picture up, flood it with likes, this, that, whatever, feel me? And to think about it, you post one picture, it's 2 niggas hitting you up to take you on a date. You see what I'm saying? Both of these dudes look good to you. And so you're like, oh, I'm young, whatever, I'll go with both of them. And I understand how I feel to be that first dude. Feel me? Spend all this time, energy trying to get to know this girl. The very next day, she out with another. It's to understand, not from a point of jealousy, it's from a point of time. Why would I waste my time knowing this? Why would I go into this knowing that I'm wasting my time? I don't know, you see what I'm saying? But it's men who love women. It's men who don't play about women, and they gonna do it. I love other things, you feel me? It's other things that are a little bit more important to me than, I'm saying, the opposite gender. So to think about it from that perspective, fam, it's the reality we find ourselves in, and there's nothing I can tell the modern woman. You see what I'm saying? Do you find yourself in the position where you want modern luxuries with antiquated treatment? You want to have the iPhone. You want to have the ability to go on vacations everywhere, globalism, right? But you don't want to adapt to the new dating environment in which you find yourself. You don't want to adapt. And what that means for you is that, yes, you're going to have to deal with these things. Men not wanting to be treated. And to think about this, men just wanting to pull up and cry. Do you know why, fam? Because understanding from this point of view, why would I go take her on a date when it is niggas actively asking her right now, can I take you on a date? For me, man, you're not the first person in the world to ask her that. And to think about it from this perspective is just to understand that. That's what I'm saying, fam. The proposition of courting a woman is gone. The proposition is not there. The proposition is not the same. The value proposition is not the same. To think about it, when you courted a woman back in the day, what you received is a wife, right? Essentially, right? You received a loving woman. But basically, obviously you received a lot of things, right? But to think about it from this perspective, what you receive today is a woman who's been heavily imprinted, who's carrying traumas from other relationships, other men. This is what you receive, spending all of your time, energy, money, and effort to court a woman. What you're going to get in return for all of that is a woman with insecurities and traumas, and oh yeah, this person did me like this, so that's why I can't do that, or oh, and anxieties and all. This is what you get, fam. Think about it like this. Think about it like, fam, you sat down at the car dealership for 8 hours. You see what I'm saying? Okay, think about it from this perspective. In terms of cars, not to put women as objects, but to think about it in a simple analogy, to think about it from the perspective that you could go buy a brand new car. Think about it postmodern, modern, traditional. This is analogous to just walking in the dealership, paying cash for the car, leaving right then and there. This is the old sort of courting a woman. But to understand today what the process looks like, this is where today you gotta go sit down for like 5 hours in the car dealership. What that means, that 5 hours you're sitting there, in our terms, modern terms, this is courting. This is sending the DM, sending the link, setting up the link, setting up the date. Oh, you're trying to go here. This is what that looks like, 5 hours, right? Then, back to the car dealership, spending 5 hours for a pre-owned car. Pre-owned car, fam. Pre-owned car, what do I mean in modern terms? This is a woman who is not a virgin. This is a woman who is not a virgin. So you've essentially sat down 5 hours, right? Not hours, right? But you see what I'm saying? Spent a lot of time, energy, you see what I'm saying? Did a lot of that to get a pre-owned vehicle. A vehicle that's already had a driver. A vehicle that has some problems in the past. A vehicle that you don't know what's wrong with the vehicle. The vehicle look okay, but it's pre-owned, you feel me? Not a rebuilt title. We ain't talking about no rebuilt title, but just a pre-owned car. And then think about it like this. That is what you're signing up for, should you try and court the postmodern woman, fam. That's what you're signing up for, fam. You're signing up to spend 5 hours in a dealership to get a pre-owned car, not knowing, as soon as you take that joint off the lot, dang, you ain't telling me the brakes was this bad, gang? Dang. Or the transmission doing that little jerking. Was like, fam, this is what you're signing up for, courting the postmodern woman who has the ability to choose. The power dynamic has flipped, fam. This is what you're signing up for, and I need you to understand this. You can't be serious. The value proposition is not the same what it used to be. And to think about it, fam, what do you get in return? A girlfriend? A wife? You're going to marry a postmodern woman? I mean, fam, it's a tough decision for you, my boy, but you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be people like you out there, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do you, and I'm gonna do me, my boy, but